Hello everybody and welcome back to Connect to the Deck Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a deck interview as the title suggests for the Ehrenberg Tarot. I did the flip through last week, so if you want to check that out, it's there with no talking. It's just a flip through, shows you the size of the cards, how they shuffle, the book a little bit, and a really kind of quick flip through to it. I should say. And yeah, that's about it. I want to do initial flip through of the card just to let it shine on its own without any commentaries from me, because I don't know, even as a reader sometimes I just want to see a deck if I'm interested in buying it, and I don't really need the person's, it's my personal opinion what I'm saying, okay? Personal opinion, nobody get, butt hurt by what I'm saying, but I don't want to hear anybody babbling, and especially me, I don't want to be babbling while you're looking at the deck to decide whether you're connecting to it. Because then I find all the babbling in the background kind of just like, okay, shh, I just want to see the cards, right? I would just want to quietly peruse the cards and see if there's any connection. So that's why I do the silent flip-throughs. That is absolutely why. This, as I said, is not a silent flip-through. This is a deck interview. This is to show you if you want to interview a deck, if you want to get more insight on the deck, what you could ask, okay? But this is going to be my interview with my deck. So just take it as an example. You can write down the sample questions if you want. I don't know if I'm going to put them in the video. Maybe I'll put them down here. Do I want to do all that work? Maybe. Maybe. So, in case I do or I don't, first question, describe yourself. Now, little tidbit of information. I had done about 4 questions in this already when I noticed that I had not pressed the record button on my camera. Yeah. So I took the cards out, I put them aside, they're on the top here, and I'm just going to go through them. The first card that came out for this deck interview was the 3 of Wands, which is great. And because I am not familiar with the deck, I decided to use a little guidebook that came in. And it said, a merchant uses his spyglass to view the vessels he has sent forth to assess their progress and to become aware of any obstacles they may encounter. So, this deck is to be used to see what kind of progress, planning you need to do, and it had come out in reverse, which I don't know, with deck interviews I'm less likely to do reverse, but I just took it into consideration. Maybe in reverse means where you need more planning and more progress, okay? Describe yourself. So it's kind of saying, I'm there to show you what's missing, what's there, the bigger picture, okay? I spy into what needs to be looked at, and that's fantastic. I mean, as a deck offering that kind of information, fantastic. I like it when tools decide that they're going to actually be a tool, not in a bad way. So I'm going to put this here. The second question was your strength as a deck. And the card that came out was the Justice card. Okay? And I love this because it's putting order to chaos. It's putting order to chaos. That's the strength. I love anything that says that. Being a 5, because I'm a life path 5, I'm a teacher and a student, so I'm always looking to up one. Like whatever's been established, if something better comes along, it's like upgrading. It's like upgrading the system all the time, going, well, that worked at one point, but we can't get stuck in the past and we have to move in with the time. So I love anything that kind of brings that in. So it says, holding the gavel, justice bring order to chaos. Her blindfold symbolizes the absence of prejudice or preconception. Preconception. If you're part of my Pisces channel, you know I did a PR type video where we use a lot of PR word, preconception, preemptive. These are all words that can cause us a lot of problems. So, strength as a deck, bringing order to where there is chaos. So this card urges impartiality and weighing evidence and a dedication to fairness and truth. I love that. That's a good strength to have. That's a good thing to have. It's beautiful. Okay. 3, describe me, and they meant like me as a reader here, and it gave the 6 of Wands. And that was a nice card, because it's written, I wrote down progressing nicely towards success, and I accept praise, but I never demand it. And I think that really does describe me. I do accept praise now. Somebody says, "You're so great." I go, "Thank you. Oh, I love it. Thank you all." I'm going to take that good feeling and I'm going to put it in. But I never ask you to give me anything. And I don't think I get a big head out of it. Not really. The whole point is, when you get a big head out of it, I get knocked down a peg. So I've learned that through time. When I think I'm all that in a bag of chips, something swirls around to slap me upside the head to remind me that I am myself just a tool of learning and teaching, right? I'm here to help. I'm not here to get a big head. So I think that was pretty cool. And the 6 indicating that I'm not done, that I have, that I'm working. I have a great belief in 3, 6, 9, and I believe that 3 and 6 are the 2 elements that we use on the planet. 9 is like, something that's, the vibration of 9 is something that's, that's kind of beyond us, I think, but beyond the physical realm anyway. But 3 and 6 are very much the physical realm, okay? So 6 is like the highest I can get right now, physically, and I love it. So next up is 4. The 4th question is, what can you teach me? And what came out were these cards, which really made me pause. Because if you are aware, most of the time readers, or when you're doing a reading, you can pick for yourself, or people can pick for themselves, or you can pick for people a significator card. Now, a significator card is wait a minute. It's based on characteristics like personality, physical traits, or astrological signs, and it serves as a focal point during a reading, helping to personalize and anchor the reading to the individual. It's a card that describes you. I mean, if you're going to really get down to brass tacks, it's a card that you find describes you most. I have always been very close to the Queen of Swords, and in this case, in this deck, which is extra special, she has blue eyes just like me. She also has the reddish hair, which I had my hair colored like that forever, but she does have some brown at the top, which is also my natural color. So it's almost like it's a little bit of everything of who I've been and who I am. And and then as what it can teach me, the 3 of Swords came out. And the 3 of Swords is about having anguish over words and thoughts, either from yourself or from others. The Queen of Swords is very much a queen of thought. She's the air sign, which is all about the brain, right? The intelligence, but she's very critical of her own thoughts. And I feel that it's saying what it can teach me is to help me with the anguish of words or thoughts, my own or from others, which is absolutely fabulous. If it can help me with that, this year has been a year for me of getting my physical body in better shape. In other words, I do 10K steps every day right now since the beginning of February, the end of January, beginning of February. And that was my whole goal, to just do a personal well-being, self-care. And a lot of that has to do with the brain as well, right? Because our brain is sometimes the worst critical thinking pain in the butt. It causes us the most grief. It makes us judge people. That's why sometimes we don't go out, because we think, oh, that person doesn't like me, so I'm not going to go out. Do you even know what they think? You're not in their head. You have no idea. Sometimes, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but sometimes it's all made up, right? You make up a whole thing before you even get there. And it may not even be half as bad as you think it is, okay? So if this deck in itself can help me with that, that would be fantastic. And it really holds true. Now, if you're doing a deck interview, these cards will, one or more cards will represent for you something very personal. And the deck will work with you personally, especially if you ask it these questions, okay? So the next question, and this time, how can we collab together? How can we learn and collab together? Now I'm going to have to, because we're at the part where I did not. I wasn't recording. Okay, so let's see. How can we learn and collab together? So this would be a collaborative. Oh, I love this. Look at this. Look at these hands together. Look at this together. Oh, I almost feel from this image, and I'm going to bring it forward a little bit. Oh, I'm going to bring it forward. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you out. I'm going to bring it forward a little bit. Don't you feel like it's somebody holding you back from doing something kind of foolish? Doesn't that give you that impression? If you look at this, it's almost like, no, don't do that. Okay, don't fight right away. Like, it's like, no, don't. So let's see. I'm going to read the book, like I said, in the version where I was recording, not recording. Since I don't have a personal relationship with this deck and associated meanings yet to all the cards, I'm going to use the book primarily to get what the author, what the creator had in mind, okay? So this card is about conflict, winning and losing. In every duel, even those fought with words, there is a loser. Be careful with these weapons because they can cut deep. We can learn from each other's how to use words wisely. Oh, that is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay, so what can we, I said, how can we learn and collab together? Well, you know, I think that's more of the deck trying to help me, or maybe helping me see insight. I have no idea how it's going to be like give and take. I feel that in this case it'd be more like giving to me. But who knows? Who knows what energies of tools actually get back from this, okay? So, to see how actions, I'm going to write, because I write all these down, can be affected by words. So let's write that down. Okay. Okay. So the next question would be, this is one of my favorite. I love doing that. Is what card in this deck would you associate with yourself? I like to ask the deck which one is their favorite cards, which one would be their significator, right? Because this deck obviously figured out what mine was. Now I want to see what which card they would the Nine of Cups. Ooh, nice. Nice card to pick. Nice card to pick. Let's see here. Adorned with jewels, a man stares out, eyes clear, with hands folded in gratitude for the abundance life has granted him. He is at peace, thanking life for all it's given him. He is happy. A happy deck? A satisfied, happy deck? So the card, that's kind of cool. 6, satisfied and happy. Let's say happy to be of service. I'm going to say, you know, to be of service, because I feel that wholeheartedly. And this is one of the things that I also didn't get when I was talking at the beginning of the other video that I didn't record, is that some of these cards have somebody staring out at you. And I like that. It's like they're peeking in a window, looking directly at you, while others do not. They're looking at each other. If you have the Two of Cups here, they're really concentrating on one another. So there's nobody peeking except for maybe this lion. This person with the Six of Pentacles is just interested in receiving. The 8, see, it's like, I don't want to see. So it's kind of, the sun, look at this. This is beautiful, the sun. With the Hermit up on the mountain, concentrate on the light, not looking at you through this window at all. I love the way. I love the way that some of these, you have somebody looking, and sometimes they're just concentrated on what they're doing, right? Look at that, the Seven of Wands. You know, this is all about defense, the stand of defense. It has nothing to do with you. They're not really looking. Too busy with the Ten of Wands, trying to hold back the burdens, right? There's some really awesome stuff in here. Okay, so we have 6. This one I've put in there over time. I'm asking this deck to name itself other than the Ehrenberg Tarot, because I find that naming itself for my collection would be a different name, right? So, because some people say, well, it's already got a name. It's the Ehrenberg Tarot. But what else would you give yourself? The Three of Cups. Collaboration. Reconnection. Three of Cups is a nice card to have as well. So there's a joyous sociability to this card. It signifies supportive friendship. There you go. The supportive tarot, okay? The friendship tarot. Take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate your friends. Feel grateful for your time with them. Upright is supportive alliances. The strength of unity. Joyous celebrations. So alliances, support, friendship would be great names, right? So support, allies, ally, and ally. I think ally would probably be my ally tarot. And in the part in the video where I wasn't, of course, recording again, I spoke simply that because this deck, and me being a 5 of always wanting order in chaos, that we would be great friends. And I feel this is saying that as well, that we will be great friends, okay? Okay, so through a little bit of digging, I added an extra question to this that I wanted to see the answer to, which I thought was really insightful. And you might want to do this as well. And this is a question. How can you help me uncover hidden aspects of myself on my journey? Because I'm all about using these beautiful tools to help you on your journey. So, how can you help me uncover hidden aspects of myself on my journey? Oh, I'm going to pull a few cards for this one. We just stopped on that card, right? Hidden aspects. Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So let's take a look at the book. We're just going to look. Ooh, I feel like I'm summoning the secrets to see what I'm going to discover. The appearance of this card signals a challenge to your progress. It also called to stand your ground, even when it feels exhausting. So the uncovered is how to, I guess, meet up with my challenges, defend my positions, and get higher ground. Also the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a thing that comes in with all of them together. The woman shown here is the queen of the material world. She accepts matter in all its manifestations and shows love and care for the world. Her approach is always practical. Grounded, practical, and resourceful. How to be grounded, practical, and resourceful. How about the Ace of Swords in reverse? Let's take a look. That would have to do with clarity, though, wouldn't it? Okay. Overanalyzing, muddled thinking, and unclear communication. I love this. This is in reverse. So yeah, it's not clear. It's overthinking, overanalyzing. So, you know, I would say that it says maybe unknown, but I do know, okay? It's defending myself. Maybe it's too much. It's being on the defense too much as well. Not really seeing the picture because I'm not looking at anything, right? I'm just looking at defending and standing on higher ground. And maybe it's less about that. It's less about trying to defend the invisible stuff that I think is there. I think that has to do. I think it's more focusing on the stuff that's already there. And by the way, if you're not aware, I have a bunny, so she's in the background here. But this is, I think that's where it's going. I could probably do a lot more analysis and insight on this to go deeper into it. But I feel generally that is what it's talking about. Less being on the defensive mountain and being unclear and over-analyzing. I was just talking about that, where I think that people think things and it's not really what they're thinking, okay? Like I think, oh, that person doesn't like me, when they're nonplussed. They probably don't give me that much of a thought. And I stop myself from being in the same circles, which I shouldn't. I should just go forward, right, and be there. So don't close doors before they're actually closed. I told some people, you know, be courageous. Don't assume things before you do it. Have the courage. Step through the door. There's a 50% chance that you'll succeed. When you don't take the chance, there's a 100% chance that you will not succeed. Absolutely. Okay? So I think this is a pretty good deck interview. It's got a lot in it. If you want to do a deck interview with your own cards, any kind of deck that you feel connected to, I really love this deck. I felt an instant connection when I received it. It was still there. I find the simplicity of the pictures probably contribute to it even more in the way that it's seen, in the way that it's coming through. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today and trying to muddle through the fact that I've already recorded this a few times, and there's one time that it didn't record at all. And I hope that it helps you find the right questions, or at least gives you an idea of even other questions that you might ask your deck. You know, don't hold back. Whatever you feel you want to ask the deck, go ahead. It's just going to serve as connecting you even closer to your deck and getting like that personal relationship. It becomes an extension of you. It becomes like, I don't know, a tool in which it's going to serve its purpose. It feels like the encyclopedias of old, the ChatGPT of today. It's that connection to spirit, to intuition, and it can really help you move forward. Use everything that is available to you, my beautiful ones, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the channel. If you do, just subscribe. Just subscribe. And, you know, come and comment, come and chat. Chat in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And see you in the next video. Bye for now.